The United States is an oligarchy and it's trying to take the entire world with it. The billionaires want the ability to hoard all of the resources and they literally do not care who dies in order for them to be able to do so. That is clear and evident every time you look around. People are dying in the house next to you, in the woods behind your grocery store, in every city, in almost every country, because white supremacy puts a constructed ideal above lived reality. Colonialism takes that constructed ideal and puts it above the literal lives and land of everyone that gets in its path. And capitalism puts profits above people. We're alive, so we deserve to be. But they've got a paywall in front of everything. You can't breathe without having to pay a fee these days. And I've been seeing for a while, a lot of people talk about the answer is a general strike. The elites lose millions by the second when no one is working or consuming products. We need to be able to bring the machine to a stop in order to demand an end to genocide, ecocide, and capitalism. We have to be able to break it. I've been hearing this for months and months, and I'm like, how on earth do we do a general strike? I need money to get my basic needs. I can't even get that now when other people are working with resources to spare, let alone if we all stop working. Where does the money come from? I don't have all the answers, but I have something that could be the start to the answer, or one of the answers. My friend and I have been working on what we call alt-UBI, Alternative Universal Basic Income. If the governments in power won't give us the foundation we need to survive capitalism, but require us to survive capitalism, then we have to build it ourselves. It's literally the only way we survive, building our own safety nets in a system that wants us dead. If we set up collective stability for everyone, people who are unemployable, people who are employable but still can't make enough money to make ends meet, 60% of households in the United States in 2025 can't make enough money to make ends meet. If we set up stability for everyone, then we can minimize our need to participate in capitalism. There's going to be a paywall in front of necessities. But what we're talking about is setting up more people to be able to handle the paywalls and redirecting your extra money, your extra resources. You don't have to be a billionaire to hoard resources. You have an extra $5 a month if you're regularly employed that you could invest in somebody who is not regularly employed and who can't be, but who still needs to survive capitalism. And if we all do this, if we all invest even just a little bit in somebody else or a couple other people's ability to get financial stability, despite their inability to contribute to the capitalist machine and be a cog, then we set us all up for stability. Because if your neighbor is stable, and especially if you helped them get there, then they will help you be stable. They will have the resources they need to help support you in your time of need. What I'm talking about is getting people set up with a living wage, a livable wage, so that they don't die just because capitalism is eugenic, rooted in white supremacist colonialism. The idea that you have to fit a certain standard to be able to survive and therefore perpetuate the species. If we do this, if we get people to redirect their extra funds away from corporations and billionaires that fund death and ecocide, the bombing and starvation of children, if we could take money away from them, break their flow, and reinvest it into our communities, us, then we break the system and we demand a new one. The tools exist. Influencers are being supported monthly on Patreon, Ko-Fi. I think you can even do monthly support on PayPal now. We literally have the tools to set up stability for everybody and to start the path toward a real effective general strike. But we cannot strike if we are not all supported. Because as soon as we try to, it's going to fail. Because either people aren't going to try because they'll die if they do, or people are going to try and they're going to die because they're not supported. I believe that alt-UBI is the future in a lot of ways, conceptually. It's focused on taking the resources that exist and just redistributing them so that everybody has what they need for security, safety, stability, survival. The resources exist, we just got to move them around so that none of us has to scramble daily just for the bare necessities. And so that maybe we all have a chance to not only survive, but also thrive. This is a blog written by my friend Gwen. I'm going to link it. It's in my link tree. You could support her for $5 a month. Her new goal is 720 people to support her at $5 a month so she can move to a better, safer living situation and be closer to a dying grandfather and a sick grandmother. You can invest in the ground floor on UBI and a general strike. Patreon is also linked to my bio. You can support me and my brother for as low as $3 a month. I do mutual aid daily for other people, and we both do active climate action, minimizing the waste in our local area to do our part to help the planet. Everyone exists and has something to offer the world, and capitalism strips us of the ability to offer our best. Let's fix it. Burn the plantations and keep your communities alive.